بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد 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 اللهم صل على
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا وحبيبنا وطبيب نفوسنا وشفيع ذنوبنا سيدنا ومولانا أبي القاسم محمد
اللهم صل على محمد
والصلاة والسلام على أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين الميامين المنتجبين واللعنة الدائمة الأبدية على أعدائهم أجمعين إلى قيام يوم الدين أما بعد اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد اللهم عرفني نفسك فإنك إن لم تعرفني نفسك لم أعرف نبيك اللهم عرفني رسولك فإنك إن لم تعرفني رسولك لم أعرف حجتك اللهم عرفني حجتك فإنك إن لم تعرفني حجتك ضللت عن ديني اللهم لا تمتني ميتة جاهلية ولا تزغ قلبي بعد إذ هديتني برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطاهرين
اللهم صل على محمد
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من شر الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في محكم كتابه بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وما خلقت الجن والإنس إلا ليعبدون آمنا بالله صدق الله العلي العظيم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this ayat Qur'ani says that I have not created the jinns and the ins, the human and the jinns, except for one purpose only, and that is to worship me. Illa liya'budun, and that is to worship me. Now, what is the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Is the salat the end worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Then there are many people, they pray, but they don't have the true worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They just pray external prayers. There is no internal salat. We are going to talk about internal salat and external salat. So if we have external salat without internal salat, salat from inside, then our salat is useless. And I'm going to say useless. It may be, you may have done your wajib, but it is not going to have a positive effect on you, on us. I'm including myself. Our zakat, our khums, our hajj, all these things, they are ibadat. They are acts of worship. But is this the main purpose? Is this the main worship? Let's look into the niyat of the salat, the intention of the salat. We all, before our salat, we mention the intention. What is the main focus and main aim of our salat, which we mention in our intention? Can somebody share? I'm offering my salat, salat al-dhuhr, 4 rakats, which is wajib. For what? Qurbatan lillahi ta'ala. To achieve the closeness and the nearness. Not physical nearness, Because Allah is every time near to us. But no, rank-wise. Closeness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Reduce the gap between me and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How is this gap pictured? Like if you say not physical gap, we say in our friends, you see, sometimes the friends, they work together, they live together, everything is there, they're very close, but they have some dispute. So when they have dispute, even they sleep together, they work together, or they go to school together, they eat together, but we will say in Urdu, in dono mein duri hai. There is a distance between them. But they are not far away. Yes, but there is an internal distance with their relations. So that's what we say, that we are trying to achieve the nearness of Allah, the closeness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are trying to reduce this gap which is between Allah and us. Not the physical gap, the gap of ma'arifat. That is the gap of ma'arifat. So, the salat aims the nearness of Allah. The zakat aims the nearness of Allah. Like we pay zakat al-fitra. Why do we pay zakat al-fitra? To achieve the nearness of Allah. In the Mahi Ramadan, after the Mahi Ramadan, we pay zakat al-fitra. What is the purpose of this zakat? To achieve the nearness of Allah. And zakat is wajib on other 9 things, on all the Muslims, Shias and Sunnis. Our difference is in few masail. On the paper notes, we don't have zakat, but our other Muslim brothers, they have this paper note zakat, but we don't have it. So basically, we have this aim of our ibadat, salat, to achieve the nearness of Allah. Hajj, I am doing tawaf around the Kaaba 7 times. Why? To achieve the nearness of Allah, closeness. And that is what the aim of ibadat is. So salat, fasting are obligatory. But these are bridges. You know, bridge. These are not the aim. These are tools which takes us to the aim, which is the closeness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If we are close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the gap is reduced, that means we have the ma'arifat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the whole ibadat, which we consider ibadat, are tools, and not the aims. And the aim is one, which is the ma'rifat of Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. It's ma and illa, the restricting phrase. I have not created but to worship me. So what is the worship, Ya Allah? What is the main aim? It's the main aim, Hadith al-Qudsi. We have a Hadith al-Qudsi, Hadith of Allah, narrated to the Prophets ﷺ, which says like this: خَلَقْتُ الْخَلْقَ لِأُعْرَفْ. I have made the creation to have the ma'rifat. To the people, the creation can have my ma'rifat. Because this ma'rifat is a very blessed thing. That Allah wants us to be blessed and enjoy this ma'rifat. Ma'rifat is something which you entertain, which is not a burden. If you will know what is ma'rifat, you will want to have ma'rifat. Our youngster would love to have ma'rifat. We want to have ma'rifat. It's something like, for example, if you know about biryani, for example, in our Desi culture, you will want to have biryani. See? Because you love biryani. Chicken karai masala or chicken tikka or katakat or all these kind of desi dishes. If you know about it, you want to have it. You want to enjoy it. This is a kind of just to make something closer as an example. So ma'rifat is something, if you really will know what is ma'rifat, you will want to have it. You will want to enjoy having ma'rifat. You will want to practice ma'rifat. Ma'rifat is not hocus pocus irfani stuff, which nowadays we have some irfani, fake irfani schools coming out. You say, do 1,000 times Surat Inna Anzalna fi Laylatul Qadr, and in an isolated gathering. This is not irfani. In Arabic, khirfan, you know what's khirfan? Khirfan is sheeps, animals. You see, this is not irfani, this is khirfani. And they say, not everybody is allowed in this gathering. If you are not prepared, stay out of the gathering. We are going to choose who is going to come in this zikr gathering. Come on, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has invited every creation to do dhikr, and you are limiting the dhikr. What kind of nonsense is this? What kind of nonsense is this? You create your own hocus pocus, irfani, home, som, I don't know whatsoever, and you do dhikr and bukhur and all those kind of things, and this is nonsense. This is not irfani, this is khirfani. Irfani is what makes you close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that invitation is to everybody, not limited to groups of people, and we are going to test them and we are going to check them and then we are going to allow them to come in our gatherings. This is nonsense. This is a cult. This sounds like some Sufi cults. It's a cult. It's not a religion. It's not part of Islam. And in Jahiliyyah they used to do this. And Sufis they used to do this. And they still are doing these kind of things. Islam is free from all these cult activities. Islam is an open religion to everybody. So therefore, the ibadat is ma'rifat. And we need to know what is right ma'rifat. Because nowadays, even in the United Kingdom, there are waves of fake irfanism coming out here and there. So we need our youngsters to know what is the real irfanism. What is the real irfani? You see, it's not the tasbih gathering. Everybody can do tasbih and do tasbih. We are going to talk about this tasbih. But the way they have made it like a cult, that is not irfanism. So we're going to talk more. How is the irfanism our marji'iyat style? Our marji'iyat Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. The authenticity, the authentic irfani. That's what we need to do. And our maraja, they did not just practice it. They are role model for us, that we follow them. You see, we follow them and we learn from them. No, we don't want to learn from Tom, Dick and Harry, even if they wear like 5 feet amamas or 15 feet amamas. We don't care about them. If they are outcasted from the marja'iyah, we respect them, as I mentioned last night. We have to respect every peaceful human being. We respect our fellow Christian. We respect our fellow Jewish people. We respect atheists also. We respect everyone, Hindus, Buddhists, everybody. We respect every peaceful human being. Our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So I'm respecting this bros, irfanis and cults as long as they're peaceful. We'll be peaceful with them. We'll respect them. We disagree with them. So there's something here which you have to be very careful. Do not compromise. In United States, first time I went there, and there was this, after 9/11, I was there, that was my second year there. And the interfaith communities were inviting me. So that was something new for me. I was upraised in Qatar in a very close environment. And the environment surrounding us is Wahhabi, you see. And they have like very negative image of everybody other than Wahhabi, you see. So I was in that environment, and alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala helped me preserve my Shiism and my Aqidah and Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wassalam in that kind of strong environment. So coming to United States, oh, these are kafirs, this. I said, Ya Allah, help me, guide me. How will I do? Tomorrow I have to go to a church. I was invited. And so I was just looking for the masail of Ayatollah al-Ulma Sayyid Abul Qasim al-Khou'i, because I'm still doing his taqleed, staying on his taqleed with the permission of Ayatollah al-Ulma Sayyid al-Sistani. So I just opened the book, and subhanallah, it was not like an istikhara, but the book opened on a page. A question was asked to Sayyid Abul Qasim al-Khou'i, and that was a very important question, because I don't want to go against my religion and go and make friends with those people whom I used to think in my upbringing, like in my close culture, that you shouldn't be going with the kafirs, you shouldn't be making friends with the kafir. That was the negative thing, which I have to confess, that was how my surrounding was. So they asked Ayatollah al-Khou'i, I am living in West. and I have neighbors who are non-Muslims. I have colleagues, I have school, I have this, I have that. How should I deal with them? You know, it's like a problematic situation for me. It was a question asked to Sayyid al-Khawi. Sayyid al-Khawi did not answer yes, no, this and that. He plugged the answer with an ayat from the Quran. What is this ayat of the Quran? Surah Al-Mumtahana. It is very important for our beloved ones, youngsters, to know that how to interfaith. Our religion is open religion, and it invites interfaith activities. So don't close yourself around yourself. Don't cocoon yourself. That's not going to help. You see? So the ayat says, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. La yanhaakum Allah. What does that mean? Allah does not prohibit you. Nahi. Nahi. Even in Urdu say nahi, nahi, nahi. You see? La yanhaakum. Allah does not forbid you. From what? La yanhaakum Allahu anil ladhina lam yuqatilukum. With regards to those who did not fight you. So there are two types of fighting. Individual fighting, personal problems, and fighting based on the religion. Sometimes people, they fight me personally. Sometimes no, they fight my religion. So if they fight you personally, forgive them. Okay? Forgive them. Be a forgiving person, which I'm going to also talk. So forgiveness is the nature of Islam. Our Masumin alayhi Muslim, from Amir al-Mu'minin alayhi salatu wasalam to our beloved Prophet Imam Ajjalallahu ta'ala farajahu sharif. This Ahsin ila man asa ilayk. Do good, do favors to those who have done wrong to you. Do favors. Okay, you say do favors. Those who have wronged you. We have this so many narrations. وَصِلْ مَنْ قَطَعَكَ. Those people who are not communicating with you, connecting their ties with you, connect. You connect. No, they are not. I'm not going to come down. I'm not going to bow down. If they are not communicating with me, I'm not going to communicate with you. You become better than them. Why do you have to be bad as they are? Why can't you go a level above? You see, when Allah loves that, because Allah praises those people. This is hadith of Imam Ja'far as-Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam. Thalath min makarim ad-dunya wal-akhirah. Three things, remember my beloved ones, youngsters, and three things are with the noble characters of morality, of dunya and the akhirah. That means if you deal with these characters, others, in dunya, Allah will deal with you in the akhirat. Okay? So these are Ahsin ila man asa'a ilayk. Be good to those who are bad with you. Do favors to those who deprive you. Okay, these are on personal levels. وَصِلْ مَنْ قَطَعَكَ. Remember Salatul Raham? The word Salatul Raham rings the bell. Okay, it's a very important issue. So, connect your ties with those who disconnect their ties with you. Try your best. If they ignore you, neglect you, don't give up. Keep doing it with kindness and love. Okay? Offer forgiveness. Even if you are mistaken, offer forgiveness. Sometimes people, they have difficulty to come down. You come down. You will be higher on the day of judgment. You see? So, and wa'fu amman zalamak. The third one, those people who have wronged you, forgive them. Forgive them. So these are the three traits. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also in the Quran. Subhanallah, this was from the Quran and Natiq, Imam Ja'far as-Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad.
And let's see the match in the Quran as-Samit. وَالْكَاظِمِينَ الْغَيْظِ. I'm not calling Kazmi Saab, no. وَالْكَاظِمِينَ. Kadhim means those who hold their temper. Okay? Hold your temper. It's difficult. And that's the jihad. Jihad is difficult. You see, hold your temper. Try to suppress your anger. وَالْكَاظِمِينَ الْغَيْظِ وَالْعَافِينَ عَنِ النَّاسِ. Those who forgive. The Shias, who knows Arabic? What did I say? The ayat, what the ayat of the Quran says, وَالْعَافِينَ عَنِ النَّاسِ. So Allah says forgive only the Shias?
Nas.
No. Allah says forgive only the Muslims? No. Allah says the Nas. People. Christian, Hindu, Buddhist, anyone, atheist, Methodist, whatever. They are all people. وَالْعَافِينَ عَنِ النَّاسِ. This is how Islam got spread. Not by bombing people, not by committing terrorism, not by coming into acts of terrorism. We condemn all these kind of things. We reject them. These are not from Islam.
Nārai Takbīr.
Allahu Akbar.
Nārai Risalat.
Ya Rasulallah.
Nārai Haidari. Haidari. Husainiyat.
Zindabad.
Yazidiyat.
Murdabad.
Khashnudiyat Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad Balantar Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Forgiveness. Forgive. وَالْعَافِينَ. Though Allah praises these people, those who hold their temper. وَالْكَاظِمِينَ الْغَيْظِ وَالْعَافِينَ عَنِ النَّاسِ. Those who forgive the people. Okay? And then, okay, I have forgiven him. Go above a one level more. How? I have forgiven him, khalas. But then don't let me do more things. Go above. What is the above level? The level of ma'rifat. The level which Allah loves. What is that level? Wallahu yuhibbul muhsinin. We have in our community some of the brothers there in Sweden, their name is Mohsin Bhai. So once I say Allah, Wallahu yuhibbul muhsin, they become happy. Oh, our name is mentioned in the Quran. So, Wallahu yuhibbul muhsinin. Allah loves those who are muhsins. Not their names are muhsins, no. Those who do bestow favors on others. Bestow favor. That's how the Prophet attracted people to Islam. That's how Imam Ali invaded the hearts and not the lands. That's why Imam Hussein invaded the hearts. Why are we Shia today? Because they invaded our hearts. They occupied our hearts. How? Because of their love, their kindness, their amazing natures. They're magnets. A person is ignorant if he is not magnetized by the beautiful characters of Muhammad and Ali Muhammad.
Khashnudiyat Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad Balantar Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali.
That's why Aimma are telling us, if you want to invite people, don't go preach to them. No, show them your manners. Show them your akhlaq. Show them your akhlaq of Ahlul Bayt. Is akhlaq of Ahlul Bayt bombing and killing and murdering and butchering? That's akhlaq of Yazid, akhlaq of Shaitan, not akhlaq of Islam. Our Prophet never did that. Attraction. Kunu du'atan lana samitin. Be inviters towards us. There is a propagation. We have to propagate. We have to propagate Islam, the way of Ahlul Bayt. But how? With silence. How can I bring people to Islam and to a line of Ahlul Bayt with silence? By your character.
Subhanallah.
Okay? By your character. Kunu du'atan lana bighayri alsinatikum. Be inviters towards us without your tongues. Without your tongues. We don't need your tongues. Hypocrites, they have big tongues about Islam and manners of Islam. We want your character. These are directions of Ahlul Bayt. One more hadith of Imam Ja'far Sadiq alayhi salam.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Be in a way in a community. Okay? Community of others. When they see you, they say, Hakada addaba Ja'far shi'atahu. This is the way Ja'far has taught manners and politeness to his Shias. This is the way. So that's why last night someone asked me, what do you mean by Eastern mullahs and Western mullahs? And I've been saying this repeatedly. It's good that we clarify. These are all our brothers in Islam. Brothers in Tashayyu also. Somehow they have some kind of grudge against the Marja'iyya. Some kind of pain inside their heart against the Marja'iyya. Somehow they feel that Marja'iyya has failed them, ignoring that they have failed the Marja'iyya. You see? They are not there when enemies of Islam are abusing the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But the Marja'iyya is there condemning those people who abuse Islam and abuse the. They are not there where the evil ones and the terrorists are attacking Islam, attacking innocent Palestinians, attacking innocent Yemenis, attacking Iraq. They are not there, but our Marja'iyya is there. What have you done from behind your internet and behind the mimbars when Iraq was invaded by the terrorists, made in USA terrorists? Okay, even Hillary Clinton said it, that we made Taliban, we made terrorists, we. So I can say, because this is one of the MPs of the United States saying that we made them. So terrorists made in USA, made by USA, who were against them? Ayatollah al-Uzma Sayyid Ali Sistani and the Maral. Where were you? Where were you discussing very petty issues and Maraja are this, Maraja are that? At least have some courtesy to respect those who saved our holy shrines. You go to Azadari of Imam Hussein to Karbala. If it was not for the Maraja, you would not have guts to go there. There's an army, not army. These are mu'mineen defending Rawza of Bibi Zainab alayhi salam. You Eastern mullahs, you go there, condemn the Maraja. They have paved the way for us to visit Bibi Zainab alayhi salam. What else you want? Those people who are against them are extreme enemies of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. So you have to define your position. Where do you stand? If you attack the Maraja, then you are in their side. Those who want to destroy our shrines, they are attacking our Maraja. And you are attacking our Maraja. So where do you stand? This is a serious issue for us, school of Ahlul Bayt, living in 20th century. It's a very serious issue that our Maraja, that when you go to visit Ayatollah al-Uzma Sayyid Ali Sistani, you can't visit him very easily. You have to go through several checkpoints because he has got threats from the extreme, I don't say Sunni. They are not Sunnis. Sunnis are also Muslims. These are extreme faction of Sunnism or Wahhabism. Not even all the Wahhabis. We don't want to brush everybody. But these are extreme elements who wants to kill and murder Ayatollah al-Uzma Sayyid Ali Sistani. And they attack and they curse him. So when you attack and curse Ayatollah al-Uzma and other Maraja are defending Islam, what is your position? That really shows where you stand. You see? So anyhow, I don't want to go there. We come back. So the forgiveness nature. So yes, Eastern Mullahs they have left the line of Marja'iyya. And they have made their own understandings. And sometimes they are so-called Ikhbaris. Sometimes they are so-called Maulais. So-called. These are all titles. But the main issue is not that. The main issue is when you abandon the Marja'iyya. You see? That's the problem. You are the losers, not the Marja'iyya. As I said, Ayatollah al-Uzma Sayyid Ali Sistani Maraja, they are not interested in having numbers. It is we need to be with them. Why? if you are in ikhbari, that means you are following the hadith. And in the hadith, there are 4 hadith clearly saying that in the time of occultation, their words are our words. The scholars who learn the halal and the haram from our ahadith, they are God-fearing. فَعَلَى الْعَوَامِ أَنْ يُقَلِّدُوا. You say we don't do taqleed because you're ikhbari, but the ikhbari means that you follow hadith, and this is a clear hadith where the word of taqleed has been mentioned. So are you contradicting yourself? Are you look into it, you see? Because there's a contradiction. I am ikhbari, I only follow hadith, I don't follow marja. But the hadith tell me to do taqleed to the scholars. Taqleed, and you say I don't do taqleed. So that's a contradiction. So there are a lot of contradictions. So these poor people, there are some deviators and there are communities. Communities, many of them are innocent. They don't know anything about these things. But I'm condemning the deviators who deviate the people away from the marja'iyah and cause fitna and diversion and problems in the communities. Making Shias fight with each other. But as I mentioned, the line of the marja'iyah, if they attack us, may Allah forgive you guys. This is the direction of Sayyid Ali Sistani. Sayyid Ali Sistani made a big group to fight these terrorists. This group was Sunnis as well. You curse Sunnis, you condemn Sunnis. There were Sunnis, they defended the shrine of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. There are Sunnis with Shia that are defending the Rawza of Bibi Zainab alayhi salam. What are you saying? Condemning and cursing the Sunnis. This is wrong. This is not accepted. So that's why Ayatollah al-Uzma Sayyid Sistani, the Hashd al-Sha'bi had Christian in them. Christian Iraqis, Yazidi Iraqis. All of them, they united together. This is the line of Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib. This is the line of Ahl Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So the bottom line is our ma'rifat. So last night so this is Eastern Mullah. The Western Mullah is, so they please the Eastern community who have this cultural way of practicing, way of Ahlul Bayt. And we have now a new trend, which is Western Mullahs. They please the Western youngsters. Most of their followers are youngsters. And with these youngsters, they are innocent. Because they did not have, and this is our problem, we were not there to present the line of marja'i. So I don't blame the Western Mullahs who deviate the youngsters. I blame people like myself. Where am I to bring them the balance, thoughts, balance, openness of marja'iyah? Why? When we are absent, and our youngsters who are on the line of marja' are absent, these people, they come. Because the youngsters, they are facing so many complications. And then these people, they come with these pluralistic ideas and weird ideas. They got it from Baha'ism. And because I compared the Baha'ism and this Western Mullah's ideology or cult. It's almost same. Just the difference is they are saying Tashadun Ali and Tashayyu and this and that. But Baha'ism and this, we respect every peaceful human being, even if it is Baha'i. We respect that, we will not. But this criticism is an academic criticism. And we have to, because Allah told us to contemplate, ponder, use our intellect. So we have to use our intellect. But at the end of the day, if we come and eat together, we have to respect them. You see, even if you criticize them. I had some Sunni friends in the United States. I told them, see, your perception of the Sahaba is different. My perception, academic perception of the Sahaba is different than you. I will not curse anybody, but I'll tell you that for me, the wife of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam fought Imam Ali alayhi salam. And in Sahih Muslim, the Prophet said, Ya Ali, harbuka harbi, wa silmuka silmi, O Ali, those who fight you, they fight me. Those who have peace with you, they have peace with me. So for me, academically, wife of the Prophet fought with Rasulullah. So I can't take her hadith on an academic level. But if you feel different, we can agree to disagree, and I will respect you. You are my brother in Islam. At least we have a lot of other common things. But I will never give up this perception. You see? Like the third Khalifa Uthman. Didn't these Sahabas, they condemn him? Didn't some of the Sahabas, they killed him? So these Sahabas were Sahabas. So even the Sahabas had some different perceptions of some of the Khalifas. So if I have a different perception, why you are not happy with me? Yes, I will not talk with you these things, because if that disturbs you, that causes disturbance to your heart, I don't have to talk about these things to you. But I want you to know that I have a different perception of the Sahabas. I will respect you, and I will respect your icons, because Ayatollah al-Uzma Sayyid Ali Sistani does not allow me to say these kind of things to create a drift in our communities, in our brotherhood. You see? But inside my heart, so I'm not a hypocrite, I have a different perception. And I know you have totally different perception of what I have about this. I respect them. I respect you. And you, likewise said, if kafir lakum deenukum waliyadeen, why would not I respect you, my brother in Islam? You see? So that's where it comes the mutual respect. So if we want, last night, so this Western mullah, they please the youngsters who are looking for solutions out of the circle of Islam, and they are there to help them out, to change Islam and mold it in a way that suits the Western youngsters. And that's why they have a Western youngsters group there, and a few elders. So this is the Western mullahs, Eastern. We don't care if Al-Marji'iyya says this is haram, it's haram for us. We don't want to change it, twist it. Heck, why we are giving up? These Western countries, one of the beautiful things about it is, in the constitution at least, that they respect the cultures. There's a freedom of religion. So you're free to observe your religion. Somebody has a problem in shaking hand issues. Okay, you respect me when I don't drink alcohol. And I respect you when you drink alcohol, because this is your way and I have to follow my way. You sometimes have nakedness. Okay, I do not agree with that, but I respect you. Why can't you respect my hijab? You see, if I respect your nakedness, why can't you respect my cover? You see, I respect your attitudes. Why can't you respect my attitude? In United States, when this 9/11 happened and the interfaith gathering happens, so what happened? We had an open house, and people will come and they want to shake hands, women, to show their friendliness. So for me, it was a very complicated situation, because what happens that I recited the ayat which Sayyid al-Khawi said, La yanhaakumullahu, Allah does not forbid you. With regards to who? From those who did not fight you, or drove you out of, fight you because of your religion, or drove you out of your lands. لا ينهاكم الله عن الذين لم يقاتلوكم ولم يخرجوكم من دياركم. To do what? أن تبروهم. You know the word bir? Kindness. We use it with birrul walidain. So there's a kindness. Allah says, I'm not saying don't be kind to those who did not fight you because of your religion. Because Allah says fight those who fight you only. But those who did not fight you, you can be kind to them. Oh, being kind is too much. Being kind is too, like me being kind to, there are some people like that. Some people, they have this prejudice. You see, that's a culture, not Islam. Because the Prophet ﷺ was kind to the kafirs, to the non-believers, to the atheists, to everybody. Like you all know that story of Yahudi lady. The Prophet used to go every day, and there was trash thrown from the roof. One day, there was no trash. What happened? Knocked the door. What happened? Where is the... He said, no, the maid, you know, the Nokrani, she said that my lady is sick. So the Prophet said, do I have a permission to come inside and pray for her? See? أحسن إلى من أساء إليك be kind to those who are bad to you. This is our Prophet. So he came inside, he said, Ye tere par lanat hai khuda ki, Allah cursed you, look what happened to you. You were doing this with the Prophet of Islam. Did he do like that?
No.
Huh? Did he do like that?
No.
No. Never. Never. He said, he prayed. She said, what are you doing? Are you praying for me? I who used to throw trash on you. You are giving me flowers of dua today. You see, that's me, that were you. So she embraced Islam. Look at the magnetism. Look at the magnetism. Attraction. Not bombs and terrorism. No. This is our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Muhammad salawat.
So we have to still continue on this. So last night there was a question, what does this have to do with Ma'arifat? As I mentioned, if you want to achieve the levels of Ma'arifat higher, you have to have this character of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. You have to have this character of Rasulullah. You will not have Ma'arifat if you don't embrace these characters which require jihad of nafs, which requires suppressing the nafs, which requires controlling the nafs. You don't do that. You just let your ego out and fight this and fight that and curse this and curse that. It's not going to help you. One more hadith I'm going to tell you about Imam Ja'far as-Sadiq alayhi salam.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
You want Ma'arifat? This is where Ma'arifat comes, through amazing akhlaq. Imam Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam says to his companion that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, ta'addabu bi adabillah. Learn the adab, the politeness, the manners from Allah. Look at Allah's manners. How is that? So now we are in Baytal Qaim. Okay, picture with me, my youngsters. When the rain falls, does the rain fall just on Baytal Qaim and your neighbors, they get like scorchy sun? Does that happen?
No.
Or when we have cold winter, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala turns on his heater and the clouds are away just from Baytal Qaim and the neighbors, they are dying out of freeze. Does that happen?
No.
Does that happen? Imam Sadiq says, look at Allah. Allah's rain falls on the believer and on the disbeliever. Allah's sun rays on the believers and the non-believers equally. This is the Rahmaniyat of Allah in this world. Rahman. You want Ma'arifat? This is how you lift up yourself with akhlaq. You see? Look at Fatimah al-Zahra alayhi salatu wasalam. We can't ignore Ahlul Bayt. They are the icing on the cake. They make these all akhlaq more beautiful. You all know, the kids and everybody know that Fatimah Imam Hassan and Hussein alayhi salatu wasalam were sick, and this happened in Dhul Hajj. So they were sick, and Fatimah al-Zahra did another, that if Allah cures my children, I will fast for 3 days. Everybody did another. They were cured. Now the time comes to fulfill the another, the oath, the vow they made. So they did not have food. They barely had this bread. Each person had one piece of bread. Okay, Imam Ali alayhi salam, Fatimah al-Zahra alayhi salam, Hassan alayhi salam, Hussein alayhi salam, and Fidda with them. So imagine they are going to eat. Knock, knock, knock. There's somebody on the door. Who's that? I'm beggar. I am needy person. وَيُطْعِمُونَ الطَّعَامَ عَلَى حُبِّ مِسْكِينًا وَيَتِيمًا وَأَسِيرًا. I'm miskin. I'm needy. If some of us, like me, iftari ke waqt hi aana tha. Ab to hum shuru bhi nahi kiye hai khana. He had to come on this time. Why did he come after But Ahlul Bayt, no. Look at Rahmaniyat of Allah, the mercy of Allah in Fatimah al-Zahra. You want fadail? Take this fadail and practice it. Fatimah al-Zahra alayhi salam comes to the door. Correct me if I'm wrong, my youngsters, okay? She says, can I see your ID? Are you Muslim? Are you my follower? Or are you my enemy? Did she ask these questions?
No.
Huh? Are you sure? But we ask these kind of questions, you know. We ask these things. But she did not ask. She gave her bread. Imam Ali, he gave his bread. Fatima, Hasanan, they gave their bread. And then Fidda, she can't eat. She said, I'm with you. She gives her bread. Imagine their food. Everybody eats 1/5 of one meal of one person. This 5 pieces or this small pieces of bread, which is enough to satisfy one person. Their food is 1/5 of what a regular person eats. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Manifestation of mercy of Allah are Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. They show us on the earth how to present the mercy of Allah to the people. That's how we would attract people to Islam. When you show passion to others, that's what we need to do, including me. I'm not saying I'm mashallah, no, I need more than you. Perhaps you are much better than me. So we all need to practice this rahmaniyat of Allah and kindness. By that we will have ma'arifat. Don't try to look at ma'arifat and we have not changed our nature and our ego and our thoughts for others. We can't reach the closeness to Allah and the ma'rifat if we have not tried our best to embrace this rahmaniyah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And look at the Fatima Zahra and her rahmaniyah. And she used to give, Imam Ali used to give, they all used to give their enemies as well. And look what the ummah did with them. Imam Hussein alayhi salatu, isn't he the son of Fatima Zahra alayhi salam? Imam Hussein alayhi salam, when he was on his way to Karbala, we all know that today is the day of arrival of the caravan of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. I'm going to mention a few arrivals. Let's see this arrival. Imam Hussein alayhi salam is on his way to Karbala. While he was in one of the stations, someone comes from Kufa and he says, عظم الله لك الأجر يا أبا عبد الله الحسين. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make the reward of your grief greater. He says, what happened? He said, people of Kufa, they killed Muslim ibn Aqil. They throwed him from the highest place in the palace of Kufa. Muslim ibn Aqil's body fell down and broke into pieces. And the head of Muslim ibn Aqil is hanging on the door of the gates of the Kufa. Imam Hussein alayhi salam said 3 times, Inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Now imagine, daughter of Muslim ibn Aqil is with Imam Hussein. She is with the women in the caravan, in the tent. Imagine how will Imam Hussein tell the 13-year-old daughter of Muslim ibn Aqil that your father has been martyred. Imam Hussein goes inside the tent, and the tent of Al-Aqil, calls his sister, call all the daughters, and says, where is Hamida? Where is Hamida, the daughter of Muslim ibn Aqil? She said, yes, here I am, uncle. Imam Hussein makes her sit on his lap and then starts to put his hand on her head and start to treat her like an orphan. Hamida looks at the face of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. He says, oh son of Allah's messenger, is my father alive? Imam Hussein alayhi salam says, your father has been martyred, but don't worry Hamida, don't worry, I am like your father. I'm like your father, and my sister is like your mother. Bibi Zainab is like your mother, don't worry. And Sakina and Ruqayya, and all of them, my daughters, are like your sisters. Don't worry, they will take care of you. But she started crying, oh my father Muslim. And all the women and the children, they started crying and they started being martyred. we say, oh Hamida, when your father died, Imam Hussein alayhi salam was there to keep his hand, to smear his hand over your head, and to give you comfort. But and on the day of Ashura, after the martyrdom of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, who will put his hand and smear the head of Sakina, the 3-year-old daughter of Imam Hussein alayhi salam? Did someone do that? No! They slapped the face of Hakima. They snatched the earrings from the ear of Sakina. And what else? They started lashing Hakima. You know Azadari and Imam Hussein, you guys are very lucky. You cry with open hearted and you shed your tears. But when Sakina was crying, they used to strike her with lashes and whips. This was the result of somebody cries there. And this was the hal of Sakina. And then when the caravan of Imam Hussein alayhi salam arrives in the land of Karbala, just because before they were close to the land of Karbala, Imam Hussein had a dream and he woke up and he said, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Ali Akbar was beside him. Janabi Ali Akbar said, oh my father, what happened? He says, I saw in the dream, somebody was telling me the caravan is going and the death is following them. So Ali Akbar said, oh my father, aren't we on the right path? He says, yes my son. Ali Akbar said that we don't care. We fall on the death or the death fall on us. That was the bravery of Ali Akbar. But then the horse of Imam Hussein alayhi salam stopped. Imam Hussein said, tell me, what is the name of this land? They mentioned several lands, but to make it short, somebody said, but there's another name for this. Imam says, what is the name? He says, Karbala. Imam says, min Karbala. We are going to stop here. We are going to establish our tents here. We are going to mount our tents here. And then Imam Hussein says something. Min Karbin wa Bala. On this land there will be difficulties and problems. On this land our men will be killed. On this land our babies will be slaughtered. On this land our women will be taken captives. What else? And this was the arrival of Imam Hussein alayhi salam in Karbala. Hazrat Abbas was there. Ali Akbar was there. Qasim and Ona Muhammad were there. Bani Hashim were there. So the Sayyidaniya, the women, they were in a secured condition. Their scarves were maintained. But let's end this majlis with one painful arrival. You know what is that arrival? The arrival of caravan of Imam Hussein in Sham. They asked Imam Zain al-Abidin alayhi salam, what was the most painful station you faced? Imam Zain al-Abidin alayhi salam said, Ash-Sham, 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 Syria, Syria. They asked Ibn Rasulullah, what happened in Sham? They said there were so many difficulties. Our hands were tied with ropes and chains. Imagine, if somebody wants to hit you on your face or hit you on your back, if your hands are not tied, you will try to defend the strikes of the enemies. But the hands of Bibi Zainab were tied and they were being lashed on their backs. How could Bibi Zainab rub her or scratch her painful back? How could Imam Zainul Abidin protect his face with these whips and sticks? And then Imam Zainul Abidin says they started hitting us with lashes. And they used to tell people, these are the slaves. These are the murderers of your ancestors in Badr, Hunayn. Oh Jewish community, these are the peoples, they orphans they murdered your ancestors. What else, Yabna Rasulullah? They said when we were walking in the streets of Sham, there was so much dance and gathering. They were mocking at us. Our ladies, they did not have scarves on their heads. And they were playing with the heads of Hazrat Abbas, head of Imam Hussein. They were throwing it in front of the Sayyidaniyas. The head of Imam Hussein was thrown in front of Bibi Zainab. They were playing with our heads. What else, Yabna Rasulullah? We were going into the alleys of Sham and they were throwing fireballs of fires and hot water until one ball of fire came on my head and I could not put the fire off from my head. My head was burned. And this was Imam Zainul Abidin and the arrival of Karwan Imam Hussein to the Sham. Imam Zainul Abidin says, one big musibat, they took us into the slave market. They were going to sell Bibi Zainab as a slave, Sakina as a slave, me as a slave. But it was Allah's mercy who protected us. Wa madluma, wa imama, wa sajjada. وسيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون ألا لعنة الله على القوم الظالمين والعاقبة للمتقين إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our Azadari. May Allah protect all the Azadaran Imam Hussein in Pakistan, in Iran, Iraq and everywhere in the world. May Allah protect the Zuwar of Bibi Zainab and Imam Hussein and all the Masumeen alayhi salam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fulfill all our hajat and hajat of all those who have requested us. May Allah cure all our sick ones and all those who have requested. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us the ziyarat of Imam Hussein, the shafaat of Imam Hussein, the ma'arifat of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make the appearance of our beloved Imam soon and keep us among his loyal and sincere supporters in his occultation and after his appearance. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless all our marhumin, especially for all the marhumin who are working day and night to serve Azadari of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Ameen Rabbil Alameen. Wa akhiru da'wan alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
الراحمين وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطاهرين.